The season is on the line for the Portland Trail Blazers. We currently trail in the Western Conference Finals 3-2 against the Sacramento Kings, and we have to win both games 6 and 7 to keep our season alive. And that starts today here with Game 6 at home, must win, do or die. So last episode was Game 5 against the Kings. We ended up losing 116-104, a really competitive game that we had a chance in. But throughout this postseason run, our team has had moments, especially on offense, where it's like we fall into a black hole and forget how to play basketball for 3 or 4 minutes. And that happened early in the fourth quarter, which ended up being our downfall. I think an issue with this team is that there's no clear alpha dog. We have guys like Darius Springer, Khalil Griffin, Shaedon Sharpe, and Scoot Henderson, who all had the ability to do so. But all these guys are understandably very young and very inexperienced. They've never made it this far into the Western Conference Finals. And now that they're all here for the first time together, nobody really seems to know who the go-to guy is. And I think in the fourth quarter, when we need baskets, we need to have that one or maybe two guys who we trust the most to score. It's kind of the good problem to have because we have 4 players who are capable of it, but none of them know who's the alpha and who are going to be the secondary guys. I think in terms of the rotation, we're just going to keep everything as is. Of course, Kristaps Porzingis made his long-awaited return in Game 5 after missing some time with a collapsed lung that he suffered in the previous series against the Suns. We're going to keep him on a semi-minutes restriction, although being that it's an elimination game, he's probably going to end up playing more than half the game, taking some of the minutes from our bench bigs. And naturally, our reserve players are also going to be playing less, being that it's an elimination game, and we want to put our best foot forward. We want to have our starters on the floor as much as possible because, well, we have to win today. And if we lose, our season is done. We've had one elimination game so far this postseason. That, of course, was Game 7 of the second round against the Phoenix Suns, and that game ended up being wild. We, of course, won it in overtime to advance here to the Western Conference Finals. So let's see if we could be headed back to a Game 7, or if the Sacramento Kings, for the first time in a long time, can advance to the NBA Finals. The Blazers, trailing the series 3-2, look to get a win here at home. So far, teams at home are 5-0 in the Western Conference Finals, which is kind of ironic because in the second round against the Suns, it was the complete opposite. It was the road teams who were winning every game up until Game 7. Both teams rolling with their same starters. Porzingis is likely playing more for the Blazers. Similar story here with the Kings. They obviously have a number of guys banged up. Midnight Hopkins, their star forward, played the most amount of minutes he's played in a Western Conference Finals game back in Game 5. It seems like his role seems to be steadily increasing. And the other guys who are currently banged up, including Embiid and Wright, don't seem to have their injuries lingering too much, especially Amel Wright. The Blazers win the tip. We are underway here with Game 6. This season on the line for Portland. Here's Sharpe. Drives left side. Throws it down! Shaedon Sharpe with the slam to put the Blazers on the board. It's 4-0. Here's Springer. Recognizes the mismatch with Prospero. Looks to take him to the rack, and he does. Darius Springer showing off his size and power. Portland off to a great start. They lead 6-0. Open in the corner, though, is Jaden Prospero. Misses the 3. Nothing is falling for the Kings. Usually it's the other way around where the Blazers aren't starting too hot. Springer over to Scoot Henderson. He's guarded by Amel Wright. Inside for Sharpe. Pump fake, double fake, and he turns it over, and Embiid ends up with it. On the other end, it's Apollo Cone with the slam. And finally, the Kings are on the board off of a transition play headlined by the steal from Embiid. 6-2, here's Shaedon Sharpe with it. Looking to get a little pick and pop action with Porzingis. Sharpe has Kristaps open at the top of the key. Buries the 3. And Porzingis is on the board. It's 9-2. Springer with it. Hands it off to Shaedon Sharpe. Pump fake. Back to Springer. Cone doesn't see him coming. No diddy. As Darius Springer's in for the slam, it's 11-2. Nifty pass here for Prospero. The Kings with only 2 points in 4 minutes as they finally get a big basket. Prospero buries the 3, beating the shot clock. 13-5 now. Hopkins with it. Pick and roll. Embiid gets the goaltending, and so that one counts. It's 13-7. Shaedon Sharpe brings it up the floor. He gets it over to Ochai Agbaji, leading the bench unit. Pump fake. Agbaji fakes out the defender and he is in for the layup. Great play there by Och, and he is on the board. It's now 17-9. Portland maintaining their lead as Henderson is snuffed. It's Cone with the denial. Looks to take it himself on the other end, and the layup is good. For having somebody who's 7'1" and can move like Apollo Cone, he's such an asset for them defensively as Scoot Henderson is blocked again. It's Joel Embiid with the snuff on the other end. Prospero, floater, over Shabazz is good, and the Kings bring you within 4. Sacramento's gotten most of their baskets off of turnovers from the defensive end. Their big plays on defense has led to offense. Blazers with a big shot back. It's Darius Springer for 3. 22-15. Hopkins looking to respond. No good. Embiid with the offensive rebound, and he somehow gets it to go with a circus-like layup. Joel Embiid brings the lead down to 5. Henderson inside for Shaedon Sharpe, guarded by Davion Mitchell. That's a size mismatch. Mitchell's a great defender, but not when he's being posted up by bigger guards. 24-17 now. Cone with it, looking for the screen from Porzingis, and Apollo Cone drills the 3. He has a lot of Victor Wembanyama to his game. It's just that he's worse across the board. There's a big steal by Mitchell on the other end. He's got Prospero, who sends it down. Sacramento cuts the lead at half. They bring you within 2. Lead back at 4. Prospero on the drive. No good. Nice defense by Scoot. Wisham with the rebound. He gets it over to Porzingis. Out to Sharpe. Transition 3. Bang! Shaedon Sharpe buries the triple. 29-22 now. McDaniels with it. Out to Cone. Another 3. And it's good. Apollo Cone with a quick response. Both offenses lighting it up here at the end of the first. Embiid makes the layup despite pretty good defense by the rookie Ashton Wisham. Lead back at 4 with around 30 to go in the quarter. Sharpe looking to get something off quick. Sidestep, step back. 3 ball is good. Shaedon Sharpe's heating up. He's got 12. He knew somebody needed to be the alpha dog, and both him and Springer are already in the double figures. Cone inside for the big fella, Joel Embiid with the slam. After a pair of 3 throws, it's 29-36. Mitchell from half court buries it! Davion Mitchell with the half court, not even half court, like 3/4 of the court heave to end the first. What a start! 36-32, an exciting quarter of basketball. Portland with the lead, but Sacramento's offense feeling themselves after a rough start. They have looked a lot better. Looking to keep it going here in the second. That's Hopkins with the jumper. Griffin heaves up a prayer, and it's answered. Amen! What a shot by Griffin. Fadeaway 3. Portland's getting everything to fall right now from beyond the arc. Springer on the drive. Too easy. Sends it home. Despite the Kings' impressive offensive run, Portland still is the lead because their offense has been lights out, and Springer keeps it rolling with another slam. It's back to a 7-point lead for Portland as the Blazers are putting on a show early here in the second. Here's Mitchell with it, guarded by Simons. Gets the screen. Mitchell, pick and roll. Lobs it up for the big man, Clint Capella, who sends it down. 43-38 now. Springer with it over to Abaji. Drives right side. Layup is good. And the foul. Count it. And 1. Jaden McDaniels called for the foul, and it's an 8-point game. That one inside. No good. Nice defense by Shabazz. Off the miss from Capella. On the other end, Springer out to Khalil Griffin. Open lane. Too easy. He sends it down with the two-handed reverse slam, and the lead is back at 10. Portland with nearly 50 points already. Shot no good. Capella with the rebound. He gets it over to Amel Wright, who's been a non-factor so far. Off the screen, Wright buries the long ball. Sacramento back within 7. 48-41. Still plenty of fireworks from both sides here. Abaji looking to get Griffin on the pick and pop. Drives by Wright. Another slam. That was a good closeout by Wright, but he's not able to keep up with the quickness of Griffin as he drives inside with the dunk. 50-41. McDaniels heaves it up, and it's good. How did that work? I don't know. 50-45 now. Here's a screen. Scoot Henderson, fadeaway 3, won't fall. Griffin flies in with the offensive rebound, and he is there with the putback. Khalil Griffin has been an animal here in the second quarter. He has been so impressive. And right as I'm gassing him up, he's slow to get back on defense, and Jaden McDaniels hits the corner 3. 52-48, 4 to go in the half. Mitchell looking for the pick and roll. He's going to get it to the big man, Joel Embiid, rocking the rim. We're back within 2 as the Kings go on a nice run. Their defense finally making plays. Nobody wants the ball and ends up with Sacramento. Prospero all alone makes the layup for the tie. Prospero and Wright both there forcing the ball out. And we're tied at 52. Simons looking for a basket right back, and he'll get it with the step back mid-ranger. Blazers back ahead. When in doubt, when you need a basket, get it to Inferno. Porzingis with the snuff inside on the other end. Simons, 3-ball, buries it. The best offense is good defense. Kristaps with the block. Simons with the transition 3. 56-57, here's Griffin with it. No good, grabs his own rebound and gets it back. 13-9 for Khalil Griffin. He has played out of his mind. We've needed alphas today, and 3 of our 4 young guys, Springer, Griffin, and Sharp, have all looked like alphas. Embiid inside, no good. Blazers looking for one more shot as they try to get the lead before half. Here's Griffin with it, out to Abaji. He's going to have to heave something up. Guarded by Cone, gets it to Sharp at the buzzer. No good. A very exciting first half of ball. The Trailblazers lead 60-59. Overall, I think Portland's offense started off really well for the first 15 minutes. Definitely quieted down, but overall a good offensive half. Shooting's been really good. The ball movement on and off the ball has been pretty solid. Defensively, we were great during the opening part of the first quarter, but it's definitely slowed down, and the Kings have been able to bring the lead within 1, despite the fact that it feels like we've had control of the entire game so far. Nonetheless, it's good to see our young core all playing well in the face of an elimination game, and we'll see if they can keep it going here into the second half with the Blazers season on the line. Kings looking for their first lead of the game, and they'll get it! Midnight Hopkins for 3, and it's 62-60. So Sacramento's on top for the first time all day. Here's Apollo Cone with it on the drive. That one is good, adding to the lead for the Kings. They're up by 4. Portland cannot fall into one of those black holes and let the Kings go on a run. Scoot Henderson with the drive. That's Springer open, 3-ball, buries it. Darius Springer's got 16, lead within 1. Here's Hopkins looking for one right back. He gets it. Midnight Hopkins with his second 3 of the quarter. He's starting to heat up, looking more like himself throughout the year as it's a 4-point game. Sharp trapped inside over to Porzingis. Floats that one high in the air. Floater is good. 69-65 now. Griffin on the fake. Drives inside. He's trapped. Over to Scoot Henderson. Good play there by Scoot. In contact. Makes the layup. 69-67 now. Here's Amel Wright. He's going to have to heave up the 3. It's blocked. Sharp with the snuff on the other end. Henderson looks to take it himself. And he misses the layup. Had he made that, not only would the game have been tied, but it would have been 69-69. That would have been double nice. The Kings have other plans. Hopkins inside and 1. It's Griffin. Called for the foul. He would miss the 3 throw, though, so it's still a 4-point game. Here is Porzingis with it. He is guarded by Prospero. That's a mismatch, and he takes advantage, making the layup. 71-69 now. Here is Hopkins with it. Inside. Layup is no good. He kind of throws it off the backboard. Porzingis with the rebound. Out to Sharp. He's got Griffin. Open 3. Bang! Khalil Griffin for the lead, but not for long. The Kings are right back ahead. Abaji inside. No good. Nice defense by McDaniels on the other end. Here comes the Kings. It's Hopkins, guarded by Sharp. Turnaround jumper is good. This is the Midnight Hopkins who won the Rookie of the Year last year, not the Midnight Hopkins who's been hurt throughout most of this year's playoff run. Prospero on the drive. That one is good, and it's a 5-point lead now for Sacramento. 77-72 with around 3.5 left in the third. Cone in the corner. Hopkins, another 3. Cone had the mismatch. I'm surprised he didn't try to post up. But Hopkins had plenty of space with the Blazers focusing on helping with Cone. And now here's a turnover. McDaniels in transition. Hits the jumper. The Kings are up by 10. And Portland's got to call time. The Blazers are falling into another one of those black holes. The offense has not been good over the last few minutes. The defense has been arguably even worse. It's a 3-second call against Ashton Wisham. Nothing is going Portland's way right now. Following possession, still a 10-point game. Simons out to Ochai Abaji. Portland's got to get something here. And finally, Abaji ends the scoreless drought, making that one over Sexton. 82-74. Here's Embiid, guarded by Wisham. And he is blocked. Ashton Wisham with the denial. What a play there by the rookie. The Kings will inbound. Capella with it. Over to Midnight Hopkins. 5 on the shot clock. Hopkins drives inside. And Wisham is called for a flagrant. I don't know about that one. I feel like that was a bang-bang basketball play rather than a flagrant. I feel like Hopkins is trying to sell it, along with the fact that he's already in pain to begin with from his previous injury. So Hopkins gets to go to the line. He gets 2 free throws, and the Kings get to keep possession. He would make 1 at the line, but the bigger deal is Amel Wright having a wide-open 3. Thank goodness he missed it, and it will remain a 9-point game. Simons on the drive, takes it himself all the way for the layup, and it's a 7-point game. Simons back with it. He gets it over to Ochai Agbaji, drives right side. Agbaji snuffed at the rim. What a play! It's Clint Capella with the snuff. 85-78, seconds left in the third. Simons is going to have to heave it up here at the buzzer. Gets a good look, and it doesn't fall. That was not a good quarter for the Blazers, who normally play well in the third quarter, but not so much here. More like the third quarter. Outscored by Sacramento by 8, and they trail by 7 going into the fourth, looking to start a run. The rookie, Wisham, in with the slam. 87-82. Prospero on the drive. Spin move. Scoot Henderson's not letting him get any room, and it doesn't matter. Prospero is in for the bucket. 89-82. Here's Sharp. Shabazz thinks about the long 3, won't take it. Back to Sharp, who hasn't scored since the first until now. He was on fire in the first, but has done nothing since. Gotta heat up. Wright's jumper won't fall. Blazers can make it a 1-possession game here. It's Springer out to Sharp. Another 3. It's good! Shaedon Sharp with back-to-back 3s. We are within 1. 89-88 with 8 to go. Prospero on the drive. Gets it over to Davion Mitchell. Good play off the ball. Cuts inside. Layup is good. 91-88. Prospero nearly loses it. Keeps it. Gets it over to Mitchell in the corner. Wright going to have to heave up a prayer, and it is no good. Good defense by the Blazers. They are now in takeover mode. What an opportunity for them to potentially take the lead and start a rally. Scoot Henderson with it. Inside. Gets it over to Shabazz. Layup is good. We are within 1. Sacramento's got to call time. Big start to the fourth for Portland, who was down by 7 going into the quarter. Now they can take the lead just minutes later. Off the right miss. Springer. Scoot. Bang! Scoot Henderson hits the 3, and it's a 2-point Blazer lead. 6 to go in the fourth. Mitchell looks to get the 3 right back. He misses. Sacramento's offense has now gone ice cold. Nothing in the last 2+ minutes. Griffin, step back, jumper, no good. But Sharp comes flying in with the putback. Reverse slam. What a play by Shaedon Sharp. Oh, mama. There goes that man. Home diddly D. 95-91. Big momentum boost for the Blazers. And now the Kings have to score, and they do. It's Embiid. 95-94. Sharp thinks about the 3. Gets it over to Scoot Henderson. Looks to drive left side. He's got Springer open. It's good! Darius Springer with a double-double. He's got 18 and 10. Portland hasn't really gotten much going from deep since the first quarter, but now they're on fire from 3 again. Prospero makes the floater off the glass. 98-96. Griffin on the drive. He's got Springer with the slam. Darius Springer's playing really well here in this fourth quarter. Looking to keep the Blazers season alive. They're up by 4 with 4 to go. Hopkins over Springer. It's good. Midnight Hopkins has been a completely different player today. Still in pain, but he has looked so much more like himself. Here is Prospero with it inside for Apollo Cone. Using his size, we're tied at 100. Prospero's in takeover mode for the Kings. That's a big deal. Here is Scoot Henderson with it, looking to get the screen. Henderson jumper for the lead. No good, it's short. Nice defense by Cone. Kings can now take the lead. Prospero over to Cone. He's guarded by Scoot Henderson. That's a mismatch. Look for Cone to make a play or get it to Embiid, who heaves up a 3. It's good as he does the splits. That was a bad possession by the Kings. I don't know how that worked. They had Cone wide open. They had Embiid smothered, and Embiid hits the shot. This pass is tipped and stolen now by McDaniels on the other end. Pump fake. He slams it home, and the Kings are up by 5. Big run for Sacramento. Portland's got to respond, and now they're in trouble with just over 2 to go. Sharp over to Porzingis. He's got the size mismatch with Hopkins, looking to take advantage. Kings try to get the switch. They're unsuccessful, and Porzingis now is a double-double with 10 and 11 as Sacramento calls a timeout with 2 minutes left. What do the Blazers need to do here to come back and win this game? We're going to keep our same 5 on the floor. We're going to roll with the starters. These are the 5 best players on the team, probably, and the 5 guys who we trust the most. Got to crash the glass on both ends of the floor. We got to move up the floor quickly. And then defensively, I think we've got to stop Joel Embiid. The Kings are playing an inside-out game. They're looking to get guys open in the paint, particularly Embiid. Within the perimeter, I'm not overly worried about Amel Wright. He's done nothing today. Hopkins has been pretty good. Prospero's been pretty good. But I'm most worried about Embiid getting easy looks in the paint. If the Kings heave up threes and make them, that's one thing. But we can't let Embiid, or really some of these other guys, get open looks in the paint, whether it's off of drives or post-ups. Apollo Cohn's going to be another name to watch. I think they're going to look for Embiid first. But with the game that Cohn has had, I wouldn't be surprised if they look to him early. So on the inbound, it is Apollo Cohn. He gets it in the corner for Jaden Prospero. He gets it back to Cohn, back to Prospero. He looks to drive in, guarded by Scoot Henderson. Floater is good. Jaden Prospero makes it a 5-point game. Just what the Blazers did not want to happen. A good look inside. 107-102. Here is Scoot Henderson with it on the drive. Scoot is fouled. A quick possession for the Blazers. He will get 2 at the line. Looking to make it a 1-score game once again. Scoot's been inefficient today. He's only got 11. As the first free throw is no good. He missed it. That's a big one. So the Kings are going to get it back as it'll remain a 2-possession game. He makes the second. Portland's going to run a full-court press now, trying to make this as hard as possible for the Kings. Prospero gets it past half court pretty easily. And now the Kings can run their half-court offense. As Wright hits the 3. And the Kings are up by 7. That might be the biggest make of the game. Portland is now officially in trouble with a capital T. Griffin drives, layup, and 1! The Blazers are right back to respond. And Griffin is going to be looking for a 3-point play. That's gigantic. Portland needed that after the 3 by Amel Wright. So here's Griffin at the line. His 3 throw is good. And we're back to square one. The lead is within 4. Blazers keep with the press as Prospero has a little more trouble, but he still brings it up. Out to Hopkins. Layup is good. Quick possession for Sacramento. The press didn't work there. And it's a 6-point game. Portland's got to move it fast. Here is Shaedon Sharpe with it. Looking for the screen from Porzingis. Sharpe drives inside. Keeps it himself. Now out to Porzingis. He finds the mismatch. Porzingis guarded by Hopkins. He's doubled. Sharpe did not need to take the sidestep there. Misses it. But luckily, Porzingis comes flying in and he is fouled. I don't know why Shaedon Sharpe had to get cute there on the 3. But luckily, not only Porzingis, but also Khalil Griffin would have been there with the rebound had Porzingis not made the play. So he'll go to the line. First is good. Second is good. And with 1:10 to go, it's back to a 4-point game. Blazers going to stick with the press, even though it hasn't worked. As Bringer's there with the steal. He gets the dunk. And we are within 2. Stripping it away from Joel Embiid. And the Blazers have new life. Springer coming in like Jose Alvarado, like you don't expect it. This time the Kings get by the press. They're back in the half court. Here's Apollo Cohn. Under a minute to go. Kings up by 2. Portland sees it on the line. Prospero with it. Guarded by Scoot Henderson. They're looking for a post-up with Embiid, just as we suspected within the timeout. Embiid bullies Porzingis. He makes the layup. It's a 4-point game with 46 seconds left. Blazers have both timeouts, decide not to use them. Here's Shaedon Sharpe with it. They've got to get a shot off fairly quickly. Sharpe looks to drive inside, and he is blocked at the rim! Oh my goodness, a big play for Sacramento. And now the Blazers are going to have to start playing the foul game. I think that was Cohn who got a hand on it. A massive play for Sacramento as Prospero is fouled by Porzingis, and the Blazers are officially in big trouble. Prospero at the line makes the first. Lead is up to 5. Second one now for Jaden Prospero is also good, and the lead sits at 6. Portland's not sitting pretty here. They still are not going to use their timeouts. Here's Scoot Henderson. Drives left. Quick dunk. The Blazers need quick possessions. They're probably going to need 3s soon. And now it's back to the press. If you can't force a turnover, foul immediately. It's Amel Wright going to the line to shoot 2. Now the Kings have left some points here at the line, particularly with Midnight Hopkins. And now Amel Wright misses one. It's off the back iron. Second one from Wright is good. Lead sits at 5. And the Blazers will still not call a timeout. Now they finally do with 28 seconds left. So what does Portland need to do here? They need a quick possession. Now the question is, do we make a substitution? We're going to have Anthony Simons come in for Scoot Henderson. It's nothing personal, Scoot. But Anthony Simons is the quickest release on the team. He knows how to get open very fast. and he's the type of guy you need when it's a you need to score quick situation like we're in now. Simons gets it over to Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe is guarded by Wright, looking for a screen, but the Kings are not letting him get any room. Springer again, no room. They've got to do something quickly. There's 14 seconds left. Springer, layup is good, and it's a one-possession game. 117-114, but the Blazers wasted a lot of time there as Amel Wright is fouled by Sharpe again. He'll get 2 more at the line. First is good. It's a 2-possession game. This is a big one now for Wright, and he will bring the lead up to 5. So now Portland's probably going to be looking for a 3 here. Really, the game plan is three-pointer, foul, hope for a miss, no more timeouts, in transition, hit a 3 to tie. It's unlikely. We need a miracle, but it's possible. Got to shoot the ball quick, though. Simons, 3, won't fall. Griffin's in there with the rebound. The best course of action is just to take the open 2. We can't waste too much time passing it out for a 3. And so the Kings call their last timeout. It's a 3-point game with 7.3 seconds. We got to pressure the baseline. We got to give our best opportunity to force a turnover here. If not, we're obviously going to look to foul. But ideally, look to force a steal, get a 3 in transition. So it's going to not be Cone, who they had earlier on the inbound. Instead, it's Joel Embiid. He gets it to Prospero immediately. That was a risky pass. Scoot Henderson nearly made a play on the ball, but it is Prospero, who only needs to make 1 to make it a 2-score game and put the Kings in comfortable territory. The first is good, and the lead is at 4. The second for Prospero is also good. 5-point game. Portland's got to heave up a 3 pronto. Here is Shaedon Sharpe. Not even a 3. No good. Rebounded by Cone, and that'll do it. The Sacramento Kings are going to the NBA Finals, and the Trailblazers season comes to a close. They lose in 6 in the Western Conference Finals as our comeback bid, unfortunately, lost its steam. The clock strikes midnight for Cinderella, and the Blazers are out. It's going to be a Bucks and Kings final, just as we all expected going into the year. 2 teams who were amongst the worst in the league a season ago, now battling it out in the finals as the Blazers season is over without a championship. I don't even really feel like we played bad in this game. Offensively, we were pretty good for most of this one. Problem is, we had another one of those stretches where we go 4 minutes forgetting how to play basketball. Defensively, similarly, I don't think we were that bad. The Kings were just better. And with that, our season is over. That was Prospero holding the Western Conference trophy. He's going to be the Western Conference Finals MVP. I feel like he was the most consistent player throughout the series. Amel Wright and Joel Embiid were so great early, but with both of them injured, they weren't the same down the stretch. And Prospero was consistently the engine and the rock of this offense the entire way. We needed some guys to be alphas, and I feel like we got that. Springer, 25 and 10. Griffin, 23 and 11. I think we should have leaned on them a little bit more late over Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe was the guy we gave the ball to late, and ultimately, he had some big shots early in the 4th, but he didn't do enough late. Scoot had 14 points on 14 shots, and the rest of our team, well, we didn't really get anything out of the bench. We could have really used one of those guys to step up, and it didn't happen. As for the Kings, Prospero, 28 and 14. He was a madman out there. 25 for Embiid, 23 for Hopkins. He was great. Cone, 16 on 7 of 7 shooting. Amel Wright was 3 for 15, and it didn't matter. Everybody else on the Kings was efficient, and a bad game from Amel Wright did not prove to be the difference. So the Bucks and Kings will play in the finals. That'll be in the next episode as we start the offseason. We go into the draft preview. And this Blazers team is in a pretty weird spot because we have our core pretty much locked up. We know our core 4 with Sharpe, Scoot, Springer, and Griffin. Everybody's under contract or team control next year in terms of our important players, other than Scoot Henderson and Zay Logan, both of whom are restricted free agents. So realistically, the Blazers are in position to run it back next year. Does that mean we should run it back? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you think we should do down below in the comments. Certainly an unfortunate end of the season, but a really fun season nonetheless, and a big offseason upcoming for the Blazers. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.